Shalom, shalom. I am Bishop Dr. Cephas Mangi, the leader of the gathering of the Bantu and the Diaspora Israelites in Africa, Gobidia. I would like to welcome each and every one of you. Today, Yahuwah spoke to me in the night and he gave me a dream. And this is the dream Yahuwah gave me to speak to you. Just like Martin Ruther King, I have a dream. I have a dream where all the African descent of slave trade victims shall be free from the imperialists hiding in the name of freedom, of democracy, which only works for their own mastering on other people. I have a dream where the sons of Jacob shall not only go to the mountain and see the land, they shall not only go to the mountain and look at the land, but the land will be given to them permanently. Or the land will give them permanence, dignity, belonging, and fruitfulness. The land will speak to them that today now, like the barren mother, are so many children. I have a dream where the separated northern kingdom and southern kingdoms would walk hand in hand, and their unity become the envy of the imperialists. That is the two sticks coming together. I have a dream where the black children of Yeshua shall come from the Americas, from the Indians, from the Australians, from the Europeans, and from the Asians, and from the lands, other lands, and no more to be oppressed, and no more to be called names, and no more to pride in other languages, and no more to be sold again, and no more to be experimented upon, and no more to be African something. Therefore, the dream of Martin Luther did not end until the end of the oppressor come, until the end of the strange land comes, until the end of the Gentiles come. Freedom is coming tomorrow. Did not end with the white oppressor in South Africa. Did not end with Dr. or Mr. Nelson Mandela becoming president, until the land is equitably distributed and its African descent who are scattered in every valley, in the mountains, in the dungeons, in the forests, in the oceanic islands, have come back, settled, and the covenant, I mean the new covenant, I mean the real one, and this freedom is awaited. It's surely coming tomorrow, and does come. Our father Jacob said, I foresaw the salvation of Judge Gideon. I foresaw the salvation of Judge Samson. It was temporal. But the salvation of Yawashi, the salvation of Yahusha, the salvation of Yahuwah, have I waited for until Shiloh comes to aid his people. I shall wait, said our father. And today I say so. Dr. Kenneth Kaunda liberated the other neighboring countries, but freedom fight did not come to an end. We now need to resurrect the lost and the buried in slavery. Can these bones live again? Yes, you Yahuwah knows. Then he prophesied to these dry bones of the Bantu people and say, you dry bones of the Bantu people, you dry bones of African something, you dry bones of African Americans, you dry bones of African Babylonians, you dry bones of Yeshua, come back to Canaan Land. Come back to the promised land. Come back to Yahuwah. Come back to Zambia. Come back to Zambia. Come back to Eden Land. Come back to Africa. Please come back home. Yahuwah afflicted you. Yahuwah will heal you. come home. King Herod is now dead. Come now, the oppressor is gone. The Gentile time is finished. Come back home. For the Gentiles shall take over and tramp over the city of Jerusalem until their times are completed. Now their times are completed. You can come back to Jerusalem. You can come to Israel. I mean the true Israel. President Mr. Ichlema Hakainde, Your Excellence, see your children are coming from oppression. The children of your forefathers are coming. Prepare free visas for your children, we request. Prepare permanent residence for them, the ground requests you. Prepare land for them is a remaining mandate above the rest you have been signed with in your lifetime. Yahuwah brought you up for such a time like this to welcome the lost back home. Never postpone the help for these children coming back home, or else the help will come from somewhere else. President Museveni, Your Excellence, through your boldness, change the laws and say to the former slaves' children, they are your children. The UN prohibitive charters and laws were only stronger on your children. American states come together without visas. European Union members states come together without visas. African states, the UN Charter asks for a visa upon an African moving to an African state. And upon an African American coming back home to Africa, the laws become so stiff. Please, Mr. President, apply climate change. Change these rules. Remove them. Mr. President, change of the laws will start from you. Time announcement starts from you. Land allocation comes from Zambia to you. Make the announcements, Your Royal Highnesses and Your Excellencies in Africa. Let it sink in every oppressor and in every oppressor and in the minds of every one of your children coming back home. Ask for their reparations, lest they send them naked. Zimbabwe, make a home for them. Namibia, resurrect the real Jerusalem. South Africa, open up your gates. Botswana, let them settle at Hebron. DR Congo, take them to King Congo. Angola, let the seed of David welcome them. Angola, you are no more are. You are Gala people of Yahuwah. Galashi, English is no rule. Let your king rise. Southern, Central, Eastern, and Western Africa, raise your voices as one. Northern Africa, you suffered with the rest. Let your voice never be down. You may have no nuclear program, but you have Yahuwah program. The New World Order program is in Yahuwah's hands, and Yahuwah is your father. And Yahuwah is with his children. Children of Jacob, it's time. Sound the shofar. Let those sleeping wake up and start the march to Canaan Land, beyond the rivers of Cush. Kaonde, Judah, take your kingly position. Lozi, you are a she, the priesthood kingdom, the priesthood people, the most noble. I envy you. Take up your garments, you Lemba family. Asher, Tonga, with your boost strength, be the first as you are the Alpha. The cow represented the letter Alpha in a Hebrew language. Benjamin, Bembas, time of your affliction is over. Time for the Gentiles' affliction has come. And they cease to be a nation or nations. The captor have been taken captive. Speak it in the streets, you children of Yashurah, children of Israel, the Bantu people. Your mourning has been turned into rejoicing. The dream or the stream of false worship has been stopped, like in the COVID times. Kepha has come back to take on the pillar of rule of the disciples of Yahusha. Yashua, your father, has announced the news to all his children. Come back home. Come back home. Come back home. And Pharaoh let the children of Yahuwah go. Pharaoh, let the firstborn of Yahuwah go from your lands, from your rules and your ties, because the time of judgment for you has come. Let the children of Yashua leave your territories and get back home. If not, your firstborn shall be touched, and all your lands shall be left desolate, as Jerusalem was left desolate. This is given to Bishop Dr. Cephas Mangi, the Oracle of Yahuwah. Shalom, 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 shalom. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Let it be so. This is Bishop Dr. Melekishon Cephas Ilunga Jacob Mangi, the Oracle of Yahuwah. Get back home. Contact me and get back home. Selah.